Grab your smokes, news and weather, music and jokes. See you on the porch in my favorite house coat. It's the Sarah Beth Terry Show. She's a feral Christian out in the wild, the cigarette mom with a queen bee style, talking or singing about somebody you know. It's the Sarah Beth Terry, the Sarah Beth Terry, it's the Sarah Beth Terry Show. I'm Sarah Beth Terry, and you're not.
Good morning. I think it's morning. I flat out passed out yesterday. We got home from North Carolina late Sunday night. I took a ZQL and proceeded to sleep till last night. I was tired. I got up for like 10 minutes, let the chickens out, talked to Devin, talked to Sherry, talked to my mother, and then I was like, all right, good night. I went back to bed. And a moment of silence. Tammy the turkey passed yesterday. My big white heritage turkey. I loved her. She appears to have died from a conjugal related injury from butterball. And we got some pretty bold hawks because I saw one go into my coop twice yesterday in the middle of the day, and now I am down to 4 babies and not 12. But I will tell you something that was crazy as hell. I have a feed bucket, and I love my husband. I love my husband. I love my husband. He bought the chicken feeder things that you screw the hole in, you put them in the bucket, so you have an automatic feeder. You're supposed to put 3 of those feeders per bucket. He put 1 feeder per 3 buckets. And that doesn't work because it doesn't aerate the feed and the chickens can't get to it, and then the turkey gets his head stuck and then nobody eats out of the feeders, and that's what's happened. So I noticed that the feeder bucket that's just been sitting up in the run for like 2 weeks because I haven't refilled it because what's the point? It had knocked over, and I was like, well, I better set that back up. When I picked it up, I was like, there's something in this bucket. So when I opened up the lid, there was an egg hatched and a little mud-covered baby chicken squawking. And I was like, how did you even get in here? I know that a chicken can't fit in here to lay an egg. I'm thinking that a mouse has stolen egg, put it in that feeding bucket. It has enveloped itself in that mud. It has incubated in that hot August West Virginia sun, and we hatched just a baby chick yesterday. It did not survive through the night, regretfully. And neither did my little Silky Phoenix mix. She tried. She had a head injury. The hawk tried to pick her up, and it just didn't do well. I'm telling you, I can't get tore up over any more chickens. I called my friend Sherry. I said, does this make me a heartless bitch? She said, no, it makes you a farmer. She said, you can't cry over every single loss. It's the circle of life. Just throw it over the hill and feed something else. And I was like, I know, but I still cry. As long as Leonard's not dead. Oh, my God, I couldn't handle it if Leonard died. So, the porch paper... Did y'all hit something? I will say this for Hurricane. For us to be a damn poor town, we sure have a lot of city vehicles. Big, nice ones. Anyway, this is your porch paper today. Tuesday, August the 25th, 2026. It's all the news that's fit to holler across the yard. Good morning from the compound, as we currently have a stoner dog, dead chickens, a dead turkey, a bully cat, and 26 rose bushes. Let me stop there for a second and explain. In various times in my house, you'll see a box of these just sitting on the coffee table. Randomly. If you don't put them away, Tom T. Hall, my Pyrenees lab mix, will shred it looking for something. We have a stoner dog. If you leave a vape out, he will eat it. If you leave any kind of whatever out, gummies, brownies, and the like, he'll eat it. And then he'll be stoned as a gourd all day long. So this morning, he has managed to eat a whole box of rolling cones that were not loaded, by the way. So, you know, My stoner dog. And I went out there to the car to try to find my toothbrush because I had to use my backup toothbrush yesterday, and I don't like it. It's not my buzzy one. My buzzy one's in my makeup case, and my makeup case is in the car, and they haven't unpacked the car. So I can't find my toothbrush. Anyway, so I went outside to find my toothbrush, and that's just making my teeth fuzzy for thinking about it. Anyway, and my cat's out there on the hood of somebody else's car and starting some shit. There's like 4 cats around him. I'm like, what server meeting did I walk in on this morning? My cats just start shit. He just starts shit all over the neighborhood. Like, he just walks down the street and he's like, what are you looking at? Because he has thumbs, so I'm sure he can snap. So anyway, I still have 26 rose bushes. Sean goes, well, you're down to 24. I was like, they're planted in the yard. I still have 26 of them. Where I put them does not change the quantity. Look at this eyelash glue just hanging on. That's from Saturday night. I have washed my face 5 times since then. And that one little bit of waterproof eyelash glue is like, hey, not on my watch. So between the dead chickens, the dead turkey, the bully cat, the 26 rose bushes, and no identifiable location for my toothbrush, basically Grey Gardens with poultry. Put your coffee on. Check under the car seats for my toothbrush. And let's see what happened while we were trying to keep everything alive the last 2 days. On the SBT front page today, my rosebush situation has escalated. I have put 3 of them in the backyard. I'm thinking about put 4 of them out to the side. And I got to take some up to Irvin. Turns out I didn't take into account the 2 that I bought last week. So that's 28 heat rose bushes. At this point, Sarah Beth Terry does not have a rose garden. I'm establishing a minor botanical institution. I'm going to rival the White House with my rose garden. Somewhere at Tractor Supply this morning, they're looking at the empty rose section, and they're like, Sarah Beth was here, wasn't she? Because they don't know. If it's the end of the season and the greenhouse goes 95 off, then I'm there. I'm there with a $50 bill, and I'll buy until I can't. Whisper Weston, yes, you may ask a question. What is it? That rhymed, and I did not mean for it to. My dog is apparently a stoner. We've talked about that. Some of my chickens have departed this earthly coop. My roses are multiplying at a rate equivalent to rabbits. On the hierarchy of things to do this week, I think it goes, deal with the cat, plant the roses, sober up the dog. Thank God for the chickens I still got. Find where my toothbrush is. Do a load of laundry. The show was incredible, and we're going back to Sapphire, North Carolina for a feature show in October during the week. So I'm really excited. So be watching the website for that. Around America today, markets have plenty to chew on for a Tuesday morning. Wall Street opened this morning watching escalating U.S. economic tensions abroad, with trade friction involving Canada and new pressure aimed at Iran. Investors are also looking ahead to NVIDIA earnings, NVIDIA earnings, and a fresh economic data plan. So, translation from the porch, in case you want it in plain terms, everybody with a 401k is once again pretending that they understand NVIDIA. I said it wrong, so as hell I don't. Do y'all ever deal with Etsy? No. I tried once. Never could get the hang of it. Now I just have a website with my merch on it. The U.S.-Canada trade tensions are getting really expensive. The current trade dispute with Canada is drawing increased attention because of its potential economic impact in the United States with competitive Senate races. Canada, historically our polite upstairs neighbor, appears to be getting tired of hearing us throw furniture. We've got a Mr. Hickles situation. Consumer confidence is in focus. Markets are awaiting new consumer confidence figures amid continuing concerns about inflation and geopolitical uncertainty. That's according to Investopedia this morning. The Porch Consumer Confidence Index currently consists of, have you seen what a bag of chicken feed costs? $12.99 at the Tractor Supply. By the way, it's $13.49 at the Rural King, and they will not match the price even though you show it to them online. Around the world, Iran and economic sanctions. Another Hurricane vehicle. I'm telling you, they got the best equipment. That's the sixth vehicle I've seen. That was a big old dump truck. Iran's international trade relationships are receiving renewed scrutiny as the United States seeks to further isolate Tehran economically. China remains particularly important to Iran's trade picture, according to Al Jazeera. Indonesia's praying for rain. Communities in Indonesia have gathered to pray for rain as major wildfires burn forests and peatlands, producing heavy smoke and hazardous haze. They just had that earthquake here a while back. That's one of those stories that makes you stop being funny for a minute. Lord, please send them rain. Please send them rain. From the West Virginia desk this morning, the Hope Scholarship dispute in Kanawha County. West Virginia Attorney General J.B. McCuskey is challenging a Kanawha County schools policy involving the Hope Scholarship students who receive special education services and has asked state education officials to intervene. That one's close enough to home to keep an eye on, so watch your news, you know. The Black Bears win. The West Virginia Black Bears beat the State College Spikes 5-3 Monday night, ending a 4-game skid. The Bears put up 5 runs on 9 hits. Pretty cool. West Virginia Sports Report, we won something. Print it. Super exciting. The Appalachian Fall Festival is coming. Taggart Lake State Park's Appalachian Fall Festival returns on September the 19th, with organizers currently looking for artisans, crafters, and vendors if you have anything to sell or peddle. Plans include hay rides, music vendors, and apple butter making. That's according to the West Virginia News this morning. That is a respectable news story. Nobody sanctioned anybody. Nobody got indicted. They're making apple butter. Meanwhile, in Buchanan, this week's community calendar includes public meetings, guitar lessons, and a bluegrass night. Somewhere a banjo's being tuned, and somebody's papa's already arrived 3 hours early. On the Kentucky desk today, Kentucky Agriculture comes through as Kentucky's Ag Tag program raised more than $940,000 in donations in 2026, benefiting agricultural youth programs throughout the state. Since 2024, the program has raised more than $2.8 million. That's according to the North Kentucky Tribune this morning. Good. Give farm kids money. There are only teenagers left who know what 5:30 in the morning looks like without being drunk. Give them some money. Feed is $12.99 a bag. Okay. Kentucky road projects have dropped sharply. Kentucky transportation officials say that the number of road projects currently underway this summer has fallen by more than half amid road fund pressure and the rising construction costs. Officials cite increasing fuel-efficient vehicles as one factor reducing the gas tax revenue. Duh. You get better gas mileage, you pay less in gas, which is less in gas tax. That's that math we used to do. If Jim leaves Chicago at 5 p.m. Okay, Kentuckians responded, so you're telling me that that's why the pothole has a zip code, because gas is too cheap. Just double checking there, Andy Bashir. Okay, Americans are drinking less. Hallelujah. A new Gallup survey showing alcohol consumption near historic lows could have consequences for Kentucky's bourbon industry. Kentucky has reportedly begun investigating the whereabouts of the other 46%. So, you know, we're looking at that. What's going on? Country music, news, and entertainment. Happy birthday to Joe D. Messina, who turns 56 today. Happy birthday. The Massachusetts-born singer became one of the defining country voices of the late 90s and early 2000s, scoring 6 #1 hits, which means today's Porch playlist is legally required to contain I'm All Right. Preferably while driving somewhere you absolutely should not be driving at the speed that you're driving at. Jelly Roll went on television and chose violence. While guest hosting Jimmy Kimmel Live, Jelly Roll encouraged President Trump to lose weight and delivered a joke that Rolling Stone apparently decided absolutely needed to become a headline this morning. I cannot improve upon this situation. I can only report that country music remains country music. So, Only Murders is now filming. Selena Gomez, Steve Martin, and Martin Short have been spotted filming season 6 of Only Murders in the building in London. That's according to people.com this morning. Elsewhere, Chris Hemsworth is filming Extraction 3, while Bradley Cooper has been seen directing Ocean's 11. So whippity-doo. Hollywood remains fully employed. You don't know where my toothbrush is. This is what's going on a Tuesday. On this day, August 25th, in 1916, the National Park Service was established. Go out and see it. meaning America officially said maybe we ought to keep a few places where nobody can build a Dollar General or a data center. Just saying. On this date, 1944, Paris was liberated from German occupation during World War II. In 1982, President Ronald Reagan ordered U.S. Marines deployed to Beirut during the Lebanese Civil War. On this date, 1991, Linus Torvalds announced that the project would become Linux. Remember that? It became a whole different thing. And eventually, millions of computers began running an operating system most people's mothers still can't pronounce. So, you know. On this date in 2012, Voyager 1 entered interstellar space, which means there's currently a man-made object more than 15 billion miles from the Earth, and I can't find my toothbrush. That's what's going on. Hang on. Another city vehicle. We won't bet. Yep. Yep. It's like number 8. The old farmer portion of the program, in case you are one of us. Late August is the hinge of summer. The mornings begin whispering fall, even when the afternoons are still yelling July. So, this is the first fuzzy housecoat morning that we've had of the entire summer. So, get ready for it. Goldenrod is starting to bloom. Your allergies are probably nuts. Gardens begin giving their last big push. I have more tomatoes than I know what to do with, but the only problem is that they're all this big. That's it. Those are the tomatoes. Damn. Tomatoes are becoming a problem. I can't make a sandwich out of this. Somewhere in Appalachia right now, an older woman is standing over approximately 100 tomatoes saying, well, I reckon I better put these up. Not me. I have 1 jar of them. 3 hours later, there will be 19 jars on my granny's counter, and I hope that nobody gets botulism. Just what I'm saying. 10 things that you didn't know that you needed to know. Chickens can recognize individual faces, which means they know exactly who forgot to bring the snacks last time that they came to the coop. Cats cannot taste sweetness. This has apparently freed up additional neurological sources for manipulation, but they can't taste anything sweet. That's sad. So your cat does not have a sweet tooth. Dog's sense of smell can be tens of thousands of times more sensitive than ours. And I know that because Tom will stand out in the yard and go, I'm like, he's smelling weed. He's like, who's got some? I want to come. It raises questions concerning our stoner dog, you know. Roses are among the oldest flowers cultivated by humans, by the way. And apparently it's the newest invasive species over here at Sarah Beth's house. It's like kudzu. May 26th, therefore, represent a perfectly reasonable continuation of the fossil record. It's fine. A group of cats is called a clouder. In case you want to know. A group of bullying cats is called my neighborhood. They start shit, man. Mittens is always starting shit. Did you know that chickens dream during REM sleep? I hope yours are dreaming about a place with no raccoons and no fear. So scary. A dog's nose print is individually distinctive, somewhat like a human fingerprint. So that's pretty cool. Toothbrushes are recognizable modern objects, and that became widely mass-produced in the late 18th century. After centuries of technological progress, mankind has still not invented one that goes, hi, I'm under the towel. Sean uses his in the shower. That freaks me out. I'm like, don't put that in there. There's things that get clean that don't need a toothbrush near it. Did you know that the average person spends 10 months of their lifetime looking for misplaced objects? I intend to get my 10 hours in before Labor Day. Oh, in the obituary report today, we regret to report the passing of assorted members of the Chicken Chapel congregation. Fuzzy Phoenix has went on with the Lord. Bucket Baby has went on with the Lord. Little Dove has went on with the Lord. They were chickens. They lived as chickens. They behaved with the judgment of chickens. And they leave behind approximately 500 relatives who have absolutely no idea anything happened. In lieu of flowers, the family requests mealworms and feed, because it's $12.99 a bag. Poor Tammy, I do miss her. She was a good turkey. Oh, I gotta get something done with these roses. 26 roses, 28. Well, I already planted 2. There's still there's a lot. We have moved beyond gardening. This has now become a collection. At 30 roses, I think that the property can be classified as an arboretum. At 40, guided tours will begin. At 50, I must start wearing a wide brim hat and referring to the grounds as the estate. At 75 roses, Sean is legally permitted to hide the debit card and never let me spend again. So we have some wiggle room. A verse for the porch this morning: to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Time to plant, time to harvest, time to mourn chickens, a time to prune roses, time to discover that your dog has apparently joined Willie Nelson's road band, and apparently a time to buy another toothbrush. Final word from the porch this morning, if you're keeping up with the porch paper. Here's what I like about this particular season of life. It ain't tidy. There are flowers blooming besides things that have died. There are animals making me laugh while others break my heart. There are projects everywhere. There's work to do. There's songs to write. There are roses going in the ground today, mark my words. And somewhere inside this ridiculous, beautiful Appalachian circus, God keeps giving us and growing us things. Maybe that's enough for a Tuesday. Feed what needs feeding, and water what needs watering, and bury what needs burying. Bed a chicken or a rose. Laugh what needs laughing at, and if anybody sees a toothbrush that's purple and it buzzes, for the love of God, please bring it to the porch. That's what I know from the porch paper. Not bad. Most of your news in less than a half hour. Erica, we have a bet going with J4. What time did you roll into Nashville? This is very important. Inquiring minds want to know. What time did you check into your hotel in Nashville on Sunday night? I need to know. Because I told Jay, I was like, I bet you $10 that me and you beat Erica back home. And he texted me at like 8:32. He's like, we just pulled in the driveway. And I texted him at 8:34. He's like, we just got the car loaded. Well, except for my toothbrush. And I'm like, I wonder if Erica, what time she checked in? Because Erica was headed to Nashville via Chicago, O'Hare, Atlanta, Charlotte, Kentucky, and Dallas, Texas. And we wonder if she made it to Nashville at all before it turned Monday morning. Hi, Paul Grider. I need to talk to you about my Bible study on Thursday because I think that I'm missing a part. I keep thinking there's another scripture and I can't find it. Anyway, Brother Paul is my mentor. I'm like, help me. I think I'm doing this wrong. Maybe the first disciples felt like that. Maybe there was a group text. You ever think about that? If they'd had cell phones back in the Bible days, would there have been a group text that's been like, hey, who's sending this letter and who's taking it? Well, Phoebe's headed to Rome. I'll give it to her. Or what Judas is like, hey, what's everybody bringing to the Last Supper? And Jesus is like, the what now? Judas is like the regular supper, the one we have every Thursday, where we all sit on the same side of the table and they take our picture. Just regular supper. Do you know that my dog crawled right up in the bed this morning, laid his big old tail hole against me, and then farted on me? I literally felt it vibrate against my leg, and I thought, my God above. Tom T. Hall. I literally felt like, I was like, you've got to be kidding me right now. You have passed gas with such ferocity that it has vibrated the hairs on my upper thigh. You've got to get out of my bed. And Sean goes, what in the hell is that? And I was like, well, it's not me. It's your dog. This is why you don't give him bacon strips after 10 p.m. He gets heartburn. He gets gassy. Now he's stoned. He's probably got the munchies. That's why we can't find any of our Pop-Tarts. Did I check my pockets for my toothbrush? It might be in the pocket in my bag. It's a good idea. Thank you for telling me that. I get tickled. If I'm ever smoking, Winona comes over like, were you talking about Marie Antoinette? I know some things about Marie Antoinette. I just watched a thing about that. I have a thing or two to say about that. I'm like, go away. She's just right up my ass. Anyway. I'm happy to report that I'm down 23.5 pounds. I sat still for a whole week and it made my heart hurt. But I think it's just probably hormones because I'm probably getting ready to start my period. Is it the full moon? What day is it? I have Winona Judd and I have Tom T. Hall. Tom T. Hall because he's just Tom T. Hall. That's that dog. Him and Jesus got their own thing going. And then I've got Winona Judd, who incidentally was born in Ashland and is also kind of a bitch. Anyway. I used to name my chickens after famous people until I got into a little bit of trouble about it, and I'll tell that story on stage, but nowhere else because it tends to be kind of mean. Anyway, but now we have everybody named after old relatives. So we have Mabel and Hazel and Shirley and Hallie and Leonard and Sebert and, you know. Cynthia, I am glad to report that I put your daylilies in the ground in the front walk, and they have thrived. So hopefully they'll take root and they'll come back next year because Sean thought that they were weeds, and we did them, but I already got the roots in the ground, so they'll be fine. He's out there just hacking on my roses yesterday. I was like, you got to ease up on Gretchen. You give her a haircut. My rose bushes, I have a Dolly Parton and 2 Gretchens. They're called the Redneck Masterpiece Roses. I don't know. I thought that was perfect. So I've got a Gretchen 1 and a Gretchen 2. Every time she cuts one of my songs, I buy a rose bush. What? We didn't talk about the rose bushes I already got. West Virginia could probably be treating me better. I'm an introvert extrovert. Does that make sense? Like when I'm out in public, I'm the life of the party. I'll talk your leg off. I'll spend too long at the gas station, at the cashier station, in traffic. I'll wave at people at red lights. I get home and I'm like, no. Call first. It's weird. I was like, I want to be around people and get all my energy up, and then I'm like, okay, go ahead. It was a lot. Oh, my Goodwill haul. I hadn't showed you. I stopped at the new one in Brevard, North Carolina on Sunday afternoon, and let me just say it is a new Goodwill, but the old people still work there, you know what I mean? So, rudest bunch of people I ever met in my entire life. But I did get some good deals. Let's start with, well, Sarah, get the big tacky price tag off of it. The thing I love about that Goodwill is they don't do the QR corporate price tags. They do like yard sale price tags. So I got this $10 chicken. Worth it. I'd like to thank this academy for this very prestigious award. Anyway, got me a chicken. He's going to sit here by this other chicken. Now that's become a collection of wooden chickens. Oh, now he has a hen. Maybe that's a rooster, though. I think that might be a rooster. They don't have tail feathers like a rooster. Anyway. Got this vintage Anthony Richards house coat. Look at the house dress. Oh, loving it. Got that one. Got a backup one. One for Mom. You know, we match. And then I got a pink one. So, that's 3 house dresses. Ta-da. Okay, what else did I get? Oh, I got this little blue shift dress. Just to wear with like flip-flops to the tanning bed and whatnot. But I have a teal one like it, and I love it because it's super soft. So I got that one. What is this? Oh, I got this little Nine West black dress. Just cute to wear with boots on stage, you know. I got this green Lane Bryant with the original tags still on it. Isn't that adorable? I can't wait to wear that. You know how I do with green. It looks really good on me. Okay, moving on. Oh, wait a minute, not that one yet. This one, just because I haven't seen this brand in 1,000 years, and I think that with a little denim jacket and some cowboy boots this fall, this will be adorable. A Southern Lady, y'all. Oh, with the pleated skirt and the cinched waist. I know, but I'm thinking with like big turquoise jewelry and a little like blue jean jacket and a big belt. It'll be cute. Don't worry about it. Okay, then moving on. We've only got 2 more. This one I'm probably going to wear to my next show because look at it. Look how adorably adorable this is. I know, right? Sparkles for less than $6. So excited. And then I still got about 20 pounds till I can fit in this one, but I couldn't leave it hanging there because this is hand beaded. And it's silk. Hand beaded. Anyway, but it's a large. I can't fit into a large yet. But tell me that this is not going to be stellar on me with my sparkle boots. Almost. I'd say we're about 20 pounds. So, anyway, I spent $51. And I got this guy a Harvey reusable bag. So. 2 sparkles. So if I look at it, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 stage dresses. So technically, if you even it out like that, that's $10 a stage outfit. And if I wear them each like 10 times a piece, that's $1 a use. And then I'll put them on the website still. Which, by the way, do not give up. I'm still purging my closet. We'll probably purge it together this afternoon and go through the dresses because I have to make room for 5 new ones. And then the stuff that I'm putting aside to put on the website in SBT's closet. So you can shop the Cigarette Mama closet, and the stuff I don't wear anymore, you can buy. So, how about that? So, we'll look forward to that coming up. Oh, I have so much to do today, and I just don't want to do it. I never feel like I get anything done. I always feel like I make progress. Like I got 20% done on this yesterday. Or I got 10% done on that. And I don't have a show for the next 2 weeks. So that gives me time to like actually get the house settled, get my backyard put away for fall, get the coop cleaned up and resealed because apparently I've got a predator. So I've just got to focus on like getting the homestead like back to normal. Did you see on the page we're almost to 400,000 people? I don't even know how to feel about that. I got so tickled on Saturday night. So many people. There was a couple there. Dave and Diana came all the way from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And we had people there all the way from Birmingham. We had people there all the way from West Virginia. We had people there all the way from Kentucky. I was like, why are you here? Apparently I'm more famous than I knew I was. But I'm so excited. It's literally the power of the porch. As soon as I got done singing, we all went out to the porch and visited like we'd known each other for 100 years. Karen and Kelly and Anna and Amanda. And we all just had a big old time. And then I saw 2 bears. There was 2 bears in the dumpster. And that was awesome. I was pretty excited about that. So, did you see on TikTok that Martha Stewart has an organizational book that will make you rethink your life? I don't know if I want it or not. I don't know if I want to invest the money for Martha Stewart to tell me that I ain't doing things right. I don't know. The next show I think that's around here, unless somebody calls and books me in the next 2 weeks, is Hurricane, West Virginia on September the 19th. And then October we take off for North Carolina and Florida. In November we're coming back through Tennessee. So, you know, if you want us before the end of the year, holler at us now. Because I only have like 4 dates left. That is a bumblebee. I have to just watch. I don't want to mess with him, but I don't want him to mess with me. Another city truck. I'm telling you, I've never seen the like city vehicles in all my life. It must be some kind of parade today. So, anyway. I am putting out new music coming up either later this fall or first of the year. We're going to the studio in a couple weeks, so it's a big project. It's going to take a little bit of time. So I'm just kind of telling you, I'm putting a quilt together, and right now I'm gathering pieces. So, just letting you know. And everybody's like, you haven't put out no new music since last September. I know, but we've also launched Feral Christian and Cigarette Mom, and I've been writing songs for Gretchen, and I've been doing things on the road, and, you know, things get busy. And trying to bury chickens when I come home. Do I ever come as far west as Arizona? Hell yes. Just tell me where and when, and I'll be there. Yay, Michelle's first grandbaby is coming in 2 weeks. That's awesome. Congratulations, Mazel Tov. I'm going to have to get off here and be a productive member of society, I'm afraid. And I got to go over to Korean Barney Fife and have him fix the one nail that I messed up. I loved him. Peter, I love him. I'm going to go see him. I'm going to call Tammy today and be like, is Peter there? Because he's got to fix my one finger. Fix my finger, Peter. Am I going to be in Arkansas? That really depends on you, Pamela. When am I coming back to Sapphire? I think we're coming back Thursday, October the 15th. Don't hold me to that, but it hasn't been announced on the website yet, but it will be later this week. An intimate night of storytelling and jokes and whatnot. We might even do a feral Christian too while we're there. It's a Thursday night, so that's true. If you want to be part of the Boots on the Ground bunch that helps me find gigs and helps to be part of the booking team for SBT, then let me know. Send me a message. In November, I think we're going to head towards Camden, but I need to check with Samantha to make sure that that's still going on because we've got a lot going on between now and then. So let me double check that before I announce it. In the meantime, the things on the calendar that absolutely are confirmed, we will be at Caston Company in Perry, Florida on the 17th day of October. We will be at the Florida Forestry Festival on October the 24th. We'll be at the 145 Roadhouse in Campton, Kentucky on October the 31st. And then we're back at Bobby G's, I think, before Thanksgiving. So, I have to look. But just let me know. We are booking up for next year as well, so if you want to get in on that before it gets too late, let me know. So, that's pretty much all I know from this side of the porch. We've been visiting for about 45 minutes. I told you the headlines. I told you some fun stuff. We mourned over the chickens, and we're trying to find my toothbrush. That's all I really know right now. I love you, and I mean that. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a repeat offender, we welcome you back. Remember, we have Feral Christian on Thursday night at 7 o'clock right here on the porch, and I will see you again before then. I am sure we got to purge that closet this afternoon as soon as I get back from the tanning bed and going to the gas station. Yes. I didn't think what all I had to do today. Anywho, just remember to keep your Bibles up and your powder dry on your head on a swivel because people are acting crazy. Be nice to old people, animals, and children. Try to love your neighbor. If you can't give to God because He loves you, and I do too. There's nothing that you can do about it. Until I see you again, friends, remember, I'm Sarah Beth Terry, and you're not.